Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to open a Dell Inspiron 14R 14R. Okay, first remove the battery. Secondly, we're going to remove the optical drive. Then put the screw here. There's some screws here. I'm just trying to map all the screws corresponding to the position that I took from the machine. I do this because most of the screws are unique. Like for instance, the screws that are located on the edges here are longer than the ones that are on the battery bay, as well as the ones on the other part of the notebook, so you don't have to mix and match them. Otherwise you're gonna, if you use a longer screw on a shorter receptacle, it might damage the other side. You might puncture the other side of the chassis, and you might damage the plastic, or you might damage the thread because some are bigger than the others. So what I do is I loop the adhesive tape, the packing tape. The adhesive portion is on the outside so that I can stick the screws onto the tape, so that if I do the reassembly in a future time, I still have the references. So that I think this is a smart way to organize the screws. Hold on, there's still some more here. I think there's still some more, like for instance this one here. Okay, so let's count the screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, and 7. There are 27 screws. Let's see. Okay, now this time we're going to remove the keyboard. Use your diagonal cutter. I put it all the way to the edges of this. Note, you're not trying to scratch the plastic. I'm just trying to put it all the way to on the thin edge so that I can pull this out. Okay, there we go. Okay, remove the flat ribbon connector. This is the connector for the touchpad and the mouse. The one here. Which one goes? I think this goes to the power switch. This one here. This is the connector for that. And this one here, there's still a protective tape here. I guess there's two more. Hold on, we'll see what. Okay, thermal tape here. This one goes to the video connector, and this one for this time here, for this part here, I'll just loosen it. I cannot move it because this one blocks the way, as well as this one. We can take that out later as soon as we remove the top chassis. Okay, now what I usually do is I position it like this. Now I'm using a spudger or a prying tool. Anything that may be a plastic, or it could be a metal, a rounded metal, as long as you don't scratch the plastic portion. Oh, I forgot to remove this earlier. Take this out. Okay. As soon as you take that out, you have to remove the top portion. Okay. So everything is accessible right away. Hold on. So the hard drive is located inside. It's a very strange design. You don't have access to the hard drive right away. Try to take out the LCD screen, okay? Remove the connectors here, also the hinges. Okay, so this is the this is like a plastic strip on the battery bay. So this goes to the video, the connector we had earlier. This one here goes to the external video output, the VGA. So we're gonna take out some more screws. Hello? Oh, Mom? Okay, now we're gonna start taking out some more screws here. So this is the VGA port. Take out CPU fan. Note, I don't pull the connector by the wire. I always push on the edges here, plastic edges here. Otherwise, if you pull it from this wire here, it might break the harness. They're like letters here and numbers. B1, B3, these are like board anchor screws. B1, B3, there's a B2 here. Okay. And don't forget to take this out here. This is for the DC power jack. Could you imagine that? How they designed this? The hard drive is on the motherboard. Very strange. Weird design. Now this one is the audio. B3. Okay, now that you remove all the screws, I'm gonna divert your attention here. Earlier we mapped all the screws here. So in order for you to recall, earlier this is for the bottom. You can just label it bottom, bottom. This is for the hinges, top, hinge. This is for the motherboard, MOBO, mobile motherboard, and this one goes to the audio board, BD. Okay, so whatever labels you're gonna put in, as long as you remember those. Okay, that's how it is. So whether you put this away for some time, and then, so if you wanna replace the DC power jack, it's just take out one screw here. Okay guys, that's it. Thanks, and please don't forget to subscribe.